Oh, you on your turntable?
You see that? Have it.
Everybody dancing hard. Men and women.
Edges is a rap after the second verse.
It wasn't no edges.
It wasn't no edges back then?
No. I mean, you sweated them out, but you ain't slick them like,
Hey.
I don't know.
This when niggas was wearing jean shorts to the club.
Rolled up.
They was jailed down. Jailed down back then.
I'm trying to remember the hairstyles back in 93, 94.
Oh, French rolls.
French rolls was on.
Finger waves.
Finger waves.
Crimp.
Crimps, yeah.
Pin curl ponytails.
Oh, man.
I would
the Dookie braids, you know, the low-lows, the MC Lights. You know, the low-low. You know what I'm talking about. Man, dog.
I wanted some finger waves.
We had to come in.
You said you wanted some finger waves.
Yeah, I wanted some finger waves.
I got in on the finger wave move as a little girl for a second with a hairstyle for Easter.
I dare you to post it.
What nigga you saw?
Sugar free.
I dare you to post it.
Only thing I see with figure weight had nugget, everything. Ring, watch, bracelet.
You had to have at least 3 holes in your roster to have figure weight.
You had to pimp it.
Man, I was too young. I was just my
long
cousin,
nails.
my cousins they was Midwest pimping. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I knew it was an influence somewhere
with
in
the
your
bottom bump under. They had the bottom bump.
Hey,
That's what they call
they'd
it.
get up in
I'm
the
just gonna
morning.
bump it a little bit.
They had them rollers. They walked around them rollers.
Pimping for real.
Them the type that be, nigga, I kill you.
Like, man, don't talk to me like I'm one of your hoes. Snap out of pimp mode right now, bro. I'm your nephew.
Definitely some big worm vibes.
Oh, man, dog.
We back.
We are back in the building, man.
And we back.
And we back with our country cousin in the building.
What up?
Who the country cousin?
Hey,
Ain't me.
Boogie.
You the country cousin.
Oh, I'm the country cousin. Oh,
We call you the country cousin because, you know, you ain't in the bloodline, but you family, so country cousin.
and I come in on the summertime.
You still like off limits. You know, when you got a close cousin of the family, you're like, well, we ain't blood, but no, you still can't fool with it, bro. Like, come on.
We'll jump somebody on your behalf.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. I'll
Country
take
cousin,
it. I'll
you know
take
what
it.
I'm
I got a lot of, big brothers in protection, so.
Hey, yeah, honestly, man, you know, I always said if you don't have any like big bros in your life or like some play uncles or something like that, man, you know, you need to get you some. You feel me? You know, just some that at least if you had a threat, somebody that you can call back up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
They wouldn't hesitate.
Especially living in a big city.
And they gotta be niggas that's willing.
I would
but
say.
it gotta be some niggas. You know, the thing about it, the worst thing that can happen is when a chick thinks she got backup, and the niggas that's her backup ain't got no hands.
Ah, shoot,
But you
So
don't
he done waited on your backup to get
you
there.
never know that they ain't got no hands until the heat of the moment. So you kinda,
But no, really you gonna know. Because see, I'm gonna point out two things that
Nah, you really can't, bro. Because there's a lot of people that y'all just slap box in the yard and stuff. Oh, he got. But when them bullets start flying, literally, or sometimes when the hands start flying, dog, like people lose all. Because you got to think, most fights you've seen, who had real form? like
somebody just got that lucky shot.
Nobody really has a nice looking fight effort where you have a fight with nobody. So,
but she gonna know if he got hands before he even get there. Because guess what?
Will, bro.
No, I'm saying
that's
when
why
she
my
say
brother
somebody
he gonna come after school and he gonna
exactly because I got my ass whooped. I got my ass whooped.
Sign the wood.
I got my ass whooped by an older cat when I was 12 years old because my brother came and got me. See, anybody probably about 13, 14, I think I could have had him. You know what I'm saying? But he had a little bit.
Everybody need a Stacy in their life.
Like, it really was Stacy.
But see, Stacy had hands. The reason I'm saying, if you call one of your play brothers
and
say, this dude just, he disrespected me. If he get to asking you questions, well, how? Did he hit you? Did he touch you? Keep asking a lot of questions.
Nah. See, I got a real brother down in Houston. Shout out to my brother D. He gonna ride.
But I'm saying, like, I have a little sister. You call me, that's all you got to say, and I'm there. But if I get to, well, did he hit you? Did he hit you hard? Did he hit you in the face?
You asking questions because you done got tired of fighting.
It don't matter if I called and I said there was a threat to me.
What you do now? Now, like shit.
With some Negro, you need to be on the way.
I got.
That's what I'm saying.
My little sister cousins call me. They don't call me like that no more, but they used to. I go through the 30. Why your heart broke? What happened?
I feel sorry for niggas that grew up with a lot of sisters.
Man,
especially the ones that was missing. Like if you had messy sisters, I feel sorry for you.
Messy sisters.
Well, see, my sister got
You
hair.
gotta get down to the
you
bottom
know
of the
your sister-
situation.
The nigga would call
Like,
me.
now, hold
You
on
gotta
now.
think, when you know your sister, them ain't shit. Like, God damn, bro.
What did you do?
This
Nigga
nigga
fighting
be-
every week.
like,
Every
week.
week. Every week. You
Well,
got
see, my sister got hands, bro. So the niggas used to call me. Now, if she
Yeah.
say we fought, I'm gonna wait till you see me, man. You gonna see my face? You scratch me all up. I feel like, did you keep your hands off of these?
my mom. Before we get tired,
Keep your hands. I know I did that. You
but
gotta cut
no,
that
man. What y'all? You know what I? It's first of all, it's good for all of us to be back in the building. You know, we deep in here. You know? It feel good. You know what I'm saying?
I drink to that.
Yeah, you got to drink to that. You know. But there's been a lot going on in the culture. You feel me? But I kind of wanted to start it off because we came in with the soundtrack. Shout out to the 69 boys. Niggas, niggas started a whole goddamn movement.
That is a part of history.
Gyrations was very plentiful in the clubs back then. From
And like
both
you
men
said,
and
D-boy,
women.
I thought
Pre me too.
D-boy, I thought they was from Atlanta, but you said they was from Florida.
They're from Florida.
That was
They're
the
from
Florida.
Florida,
That was
yeah.
the Florida
Yeah,
beat all the way.
Yeah, no,
Damn.
Florida.
What's that Miami base, bro?
Florida really started the ass shaking element. Back to Luke, 69 boys. you know
Parental
what I'm saying?
advisory sticker.
You know what I'm
all
saying? That
man.
parental advisory sticker was like a badge of honor back
Luke
in the day.
don't really get his flowers, but if it wasn't have been for Luke, a lot of this, all the cussing, I mean, he risked it all.
Luke had a lot of mamas, aunties, and grandmothers doing some strange things in the
Boy,
videos.
listen. Speaking of that,
You know what I'm
The
saying?
times have changed.
shout out to Hulu because they about to. Boy, they got a lot of grandmamas and mamas sweating right now.
They're going to have a
No.
petition.
But ain't some real shit. Before we even get started, I hate how we made it like it was only one goddamn gender that was gonna be looking crazy.
Right.
The reason I say that because imagine if you saw your uncle or your deacon
Who is now a pastor.
With
Yeah,
his
you know what
whole
I'm
face
saying?
in somebody's ass.
whole goddamn face
Somebody-
in the ass. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't want to know you
That
like
ain't
this.
cute neither.
So really, the eye in the sky is about to get a whole generation.
Yeah.
Not, like it's about to get a
Right.
whole generation. It's
Be
about-
sitting up there like,
like
Yeah.
niggas gonna be watching that shit on slow play. You know what I'm saying? Like
go back 2 seconds. Now, pause it. Now, don't that look
the
like
birthmark on the shoulder
That's him.
tells me that's my
They be
Aunt
like, that's-
Brenda.
It's Uncle James. Hell yeah, that's Uncle. They walk
That's
just like
him.
Uncle James. Get your face out of there.
You already got kids prefacing right now, sending out text messages to their parents. Where you at between the time
What were
of
you doing
93
between
and
93 and 96? Were you ever in Atlanta?
95? Papa, please just tell me now so I can get ahead of you.
So I won't watch this because I want to watch when it come out, Mama. But am I gonna see you?
do
Because
I
if I ain't even
need to
gonna
watch
watch
this before I get around
Mama, now, you
everybody?
told me that you moved to Atlanta around 91, right?
Right.
Why did you
Nigga
move
doing the
there
math
again?
in his head.
why you move down there?
Especially niggas from Atlanta. Really, the dudes that's really nervous right now is people within that Atlanta
No.
area.
Yeah,
They
you
mama
ain't
moved.
lying.
But did y'all see that episode where wasn't it BMF that did like a clip from
Yeah.
Freaknik or whatever?
I'm like, nah, I'm like,
I know it wasn't.
It couldn't have been that
even-
calm.
what I'm
Right,
saying.
it
That's
wasn't- it had
why I'm
nothing
like, that
on
was
it
very
at all.
tame. But I feel as though Hulu is gonna be very tame with it because from, we all had
You
experiences.
think so?
I'm
Because it's
gonna tell
gonna
you.
be a documentary.
That shit is built.
I'm gonna tell
Cinemax.
you why. Because they gonna have people that were there talking in reference to it, so they ain't gonna be exposing too much about the generation. You got to think they got to maintain some leverage because they think we heathens. Once social media hit the game. So, because I always say it to myself, if social media and picture phones was around, Freaknik wouldn't
Yeah,
happen.
like when you talk about video and audio,
Got
the
them
90s,
big ass.
it's so limited on material. If
Your
it didn't come from
shoulder.
MTV, what's be trained? If it didn't come to MTV or BET,
We ain't know.
everything, and it was crazy on how our technology, our social media worked. It was word of mouth. So like Freaknik, right? I remember my cousin leaving Milwaukee, driving through Arkansas, taking a break before he went to Freaknik and said, "Grandma, I'll be right back." Like naming it.
That nigga got his wrist. He got
some
full.
breakfast and said, "Grandma, I'll be back in a couple of days."
Oh,
When
he
he
was
came
ready.
back and he just told me the stories, I think he got some pictures. But he told me the story. He said, "Mark, he said, we got downtown and everybody was stuck in traffic for like 5 hours. So we just got out.
That's what the fun happened.
And they was like, we just got out and just started walking."
That's
He's
what the
like,
party was.
we walked into a restaurant, chick left her credit card, man. We kicked it the whole weekend.
Damn. See, back then, that's when they had to slide on the car. They didn't even stick it in the verifier like that. They just slid that.
You know
that
how
front
much
out
of a
like 2
head
weeks
start
later.
you had on them if you did some fraud back then? What? Like,
At least a week.
1 to 3 business days.
like
for a motherfucker.
before
That
you
was
go
still the
through.
case in like 2006. I remember I worked at Kids Foot Locker and had to slide that.
Did
across
you?
Yes.
Imagine if they had that shit today.
Bruh.
Man, I ain't gonna lie though, man.
It's a lot of scamming.
What the first thing I thought about though when I saw, cause I remember listening to an audio podcast about Freaknik and how it came to be, and I think it started as something so organic, but this was the benefit of being able to have, like you said, limited video and audio.
Yeah.
It was like a freedom there that you can't replicate. That's why when people try to have those type of events now, it never like goes over like they wanted to because
everybody got their phone out.
you're fearful. Like even if I want to let my hair down, you get what I'm saying?
That shit gonna be on
Like,
IG, Twitter, Facebook.
I'm gonna be in the backdrop of somebody's vlog. Like, ain't this? You know what I'm
This
saying?
nigga here.
And so I think it's one of those things, though. I like the fact that we see generations really exploring themselves. You know, because I think a lot of people have this judgmental view of generations behind them. But you know, I always say a lot of this stuff is just replicated. It's just energy. It's
Facts.
just, you know, with a different, backdrop.
That's what I was just thinking, because I was just thinking like you can try to limit or stop, or it can be a festival. So like we can go back to Woodstock, and then that energy transferred to like let's say something else. But like Freaknik transferred to the Kappa,
Beach Party.
and then the Kappa, you know what I'm saying, transferred to something else.
You know, Black Beach Week.
Yeah,
Back week,
Carolina.
like that
Yeah.
energy goes.
Oh,
So
man, I think y'all like kind of missing the whole thing. Like,
What's up?
I mean, people just like fucking, bro. People are freaky. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna find a way to be freaky in every generation. What generation niggas wasn't fucking?
No, I'm
Name
gonna say
that
it
generation.
ain't even about the fucking. Because the fucking is how we all.
No,
got here.
I'm not talking about the fucking. I'm talking about wild type orgy
The
fucking.
but the
And we
element
can
of
go.
sex.
We can go back to the Romans and the Greeks and shit, and you can find a
It was
Freaknik.
always-
There's a Freaknik there too.
No, I mean-
that was the reason why they wanted to cast out certain
Yeah.
people.
I think no. So we know that's a thing. Well, I think what it is more about the idea of that a whole city was the backdrop. Because if you listen to the to the podcast I listened to, there was a certain ordinance and unspoken aspect of you let them rock out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was on point. Like a lot of times you got to think Woodstock, things of that nature. They had to kind of remove themselves from the actual like backdrop of the city because it was frowned upon. But what made Freaknik so dope is this was something that had a controlled environment
There
initially.
wasn't a whole lot of violence.
In the
You
middle
know,
of the
they
city.
allowed them to have they allowed them to they blocked off the freeways, so allowed it to be a straight panel of traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, Tupac was down there, like high end, like
This before they blew
high end celebrities.
Yeah.
You got to think because everybody wanted to be a part of it, but what made it so dope was it was organically passed through, like you said, spoke like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Your cousin was from Milwaukee. I know of people from DC that came, people from Houston
York,
that
yeah,
came,
everywhere.
New York,
Yeah.
because it grew over time, and it wasn't like somebody was actually like putting it on TV or video for people to consume.
Hey, Radio Shack couldn't. I bet they couldn't keep enough cameras. in
Hell no!
Hey boy, when they came out with the little handheld
Nigga,
camcorder,
this come
Absolutely.
come and borrow a nigga camera. Hey, can I see your camera?
see that was the Kappa Beach Party days. The little camera. Freaknik was the one you had to put on your shoulder.
I hope my Kappa Beach footage don't come up.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because you was what 17 when you
I
went
was
to Kappa.
17. Hey, but I didn't know. Woo, yeah.
That nigga gazed up in the air like.
That's what you do. That's what
Yeah,
you
the
do.
memory.
You wanted to cross them red seas, huh? You're like, I think I want to be one.
Nah, let me tell you, that SIM card probably long
that done
gone,
it.
okay?
Nah,
You
hey,
can't even
Alicia,
pull that shit up. You don't even got the power cord no more. to
It
try
wasn't no
to get
SIM
it.
card. It was still a VHS tape.
You don't got the
Yeah, it was just a little
You
tape.
ain't got no
It was a
words,
little
bro.
tape.
You ain't got no words.
Yeah, only they don't
Nah.
sell VCRs no more.
It's a company that'll fix that shit.
Yeah,
They'll put this shit
yeah,
right
it's
on
a
a little
converter.
No,
disc.
I know it is, but if
Man.
Negroes ain't gonna do that, they gonna find
Shit,
that
and
shit.
that's how these motherfuckers at Freaknik was thinking. Like they'll never
And
find
that shit is in HD now.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Remastered.
I'm gonna tell you this. This gonna sound crazy as hell to me. So I went to Kappa. The first time I went to Kappa was with my mom. It's gonna sound crazy to y'all.
Oh, my
My mom
God.
had me at 16. You know, you do the math. She
Bless her
27,
heart.
I'm 11. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
You out
ride
there.
with me. You know what I'm saying?
Jay's on untied. You
Like,
out
honestly,
there.
I remember when she had bought me an Oshkosh fit. You get what I'm saying? I was like,
You was an Oshkosh B'gosh at 11?
no. The first time I went, it was an annual thing. So the first time I went, I probably was like 7 or 8 because we was going like all the time, whether it be Memorial Day at Surfside, but Kappa. You know how you kind of mix both of them together. But I do remember, the reason I remember Kappa, because they had this big ass goddamn like red flag when you get to the seawall, like when you get there, like basically. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but now I know what it was. But what was crazy to me is seeing the amount of women like just with ass and titties, and on G-strings shaking their ass on the back of motorcycles.
Yeah.
And then,
And you only seen it for a hot second because as soon as you see some ass, it was a million cameras.
like piranhas.
And you know, you from Houston, so it was known. So me, it was like my Instagram, because I had like that whole year I had been on ESG, Fat Pat, all of it. I'm Slim Thugger. So as soon as I get there, as soon as we touch down going towards the seawall, I see the trues and vows, and the nigga got the pint. Got the pint just like turned up. They like, yeah, that's that purple. Yeah, that's that green. Soon as we get down there, I see, man, Slim Thug tall than a motherfucker. I see all, I'm like, I'm star-studded. Fuck Kappa, fuck a sign, fuck a Nuke, all this shit. I'm like,
see the whole
I
Swiss
see
house.
Flip, I see Thugger, I see 8-Ball, MJG.
Kicking it just like regular
Man.
Because that was and I think that's what double, like when we talk about Freaknik, like you'll see Goody Mob or you'll see goddamn Dunnage family like walking through, because even like Tupac, I've seen people with pictures of Tupac just walking like on the highway, because you got to think it's an organic energy when there's so many of us in one spot being reckless, and I ain't gonna lie,
that shit couldn't happen.
Safe
now.
reckless.
Yeah, it couldn't happen now.
But I will say this though,
Discretion is not a
Unfortunately.
thing.
I kind of want to have this
time.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? In the climate that we have now, and when this documentary comes out, I think a conversation is going to hijack the experience of the documentary. When it comes to like, okay, the behaviors, especially that's why I called out the men, because I know from what we know now and the optics of seeing like 70 dudes like go to find 3 dudes, seeing 3 chicks shaking their ass and 70 dudes
million motherfuckers
come out of nowhere like Ronald's trying to grab them and touch them. Because I remember watching True Life Freaknik. I don't know if you ever saw it. Y'all can watch it on
True
YouTube.
Life on MTV.
I remember
On
True Life on
MTV.
MTV.
They
They had a
on
Freaknik.
They did one on Freaknik, and they followed these dudes. They was in our oldest. They was our oldest, and they was going there. They traveled down there in
Somebody was a producer for them.
But the thing is, I remember they was talking about how they was mad.
They had
'Cause I remember on the episode they was mad that they didn't have
connection.
they didn't have their letters on the
Of course not.
they didn't have their letters on the step show signage. And they was like, this is what we gotta deal with. Disrespect all the time. But we go step so hard that they gonna respect us when we leave. I don't know why I always remember that. Cause I'm like, man, why them niggas so hurt? It's like it's some ass down the street right now, bro.
Yeah, them letters should be the least thing on your mind,
But
bro.
now they was in a Winnebago. You know what I'm saying? So they was like having all the chicks, because that show you that the time and the climate is different. These dudes in a Winnebago and girls feeling like that's stunning. Oh, these niggas in the big guy.
That's like a Lambo truck now.
Girls was pulling up like, hey, y'all. I'm like, damn.
They was thinking about sleeping comfortably, okay?
You know how niggas would
They
get
wanted a
quiet.
bathroom.
They got
The niggas had
wanted
a
a
bed.
bathroom.
Shit. You know how many bitches was getting fucking staircases
There was a
and
couch.
That
on
shows
the
you,
side of the road and shit.
that shows you how functional everything was. Like, oh, them niggas got somewhere to sleep. Bitch, them niggas got somewhere to sleep.
Is that an AC on top of that bitch?
All
It
them
was a mini
motherfuckers.
kitchen.
Okay,
mini
look.
wet
Okay, just think
bar.
about this
Everything
shit.
could go where it needed to go.
All them cars in them motherfucker. Just think about how many hotel rooms was there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And
I was
how
gonna
many
go
hotel
there.
rooms gonna give a room to your ass
Bruh.
in particular? You know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
so funny because I remember one girl like, ooh, that's fly. I'm like, damn.
That's it.
Oh, what you know how good them niggas probably got their uncle with a Bago.
That motherfucker old. It ain't that new.
And like that shit clean, you know.
Yeah,
I,
got some house speakers in that bitch.
Hey,
My uncle got a pop up.
Hey, listen, and you know it had a carburetor at that time, so they had to check the oil, like long
Bruh.
trips on the Winnebago. They had to do a lot of
A lot of niggas would have had to get this immaculate Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Have some smoke.
Hotel
You
on
know,
wheels.
Have some, like you got some DoorDash on call. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to have everything lined up to get a play. Them niggas had a Winnebago and one swole homeboy. You know you gotta
One swole.
Put him outside.
Swole nigga with you there to get the girl and be like, ooh, take your shirt off.
That nigga had one of the little yellow snakes. He had one of the yellow snakes on his neck, keeping niggas away.
Hey, and the muscle shirts with the zipper.
A bald head
You know what
swole
I'm saying? That
nigga
little
with
zipper.
you, having a bald head swole nigga with you was like, hey, you was good to go. You was gonna get at least 3 to bite.
He completed the crew.
A light-skinned, tall nigga with good hair, a swole nigga, a swole bald head nigga, bro, and a big nigga with a mouthpiece. That's like that's a trio that you can't lose.
That's a team.
You can't lose with that trio.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. If we had a hot tub time machine and we go back to Freaknik, how would y'all kick it?
Hey,
Shit,
go
probably
on,
like
Freaknik.
That's a great question. I want to hear. Let's go around. First thing you doing, you go back.
Hold on,
back
you
in
just
time.
talked all this shit for me.
Yeah,
You
like-
said what?
What's the first thing you doing?
I'm not going to Freaknik. If I got a time machine, I'm finna
No,
go
we
with
just-
some
no,
kicking it.
we just
But-
gonna hold it. We just gonna hold it here.
Let's say we had a hot
Hold
tub
it
time
here.
machine.
We land Atlanta
in
94.
Atlanta
In Atlanta
92,
94.
93.
First thing you
Back
doing.
there, Freaknik.
First thing I'm doing is I'm going to
So I
give
gotta
me
act
a
like I'm
box.
grown at that
Who
time.
ready
You get some
I'm gonna go
Phillies.
back to 94. I'm gonna get a box of Phillies or some Perfectos.
Cause you know they gonna sell out everywhere.
94.
If you don't get them
I
early,
was 16, so
you ain't
what?
getting none for
Give
the
me
whole
some 40
weekend.
ounce.
So
Seagram's gin.
They gonna get
Hey,
better.
Spidey, give us a little 94 music
You know what I'm
so everybody
saying?
can get in the mood to figure out where they gonna be
Okay.
at.
A lot of bullshit weed.
a lot of bullshit.
weed.
But I'm a man.
But you don't know no better. So this shit hit.
No, ain't no cameras. You ain't gotta worry about
You
being
rolling
on no
blunts
camera.
about this big.
Okay.
Boy.
So if y'all ain't ready to answer, I'm gonna give y'all a walked out answer of if you
You
send
got
me
yours
back
prepared, huh?
to 94. First of all, the fit I got on. Get what I'm saying?
So your inspiration.
Cross
Man,
colors.
I got on cross colors, bro.
The short
This
cross
is
colors.
this the newest drop though. You know that they used to drop every month. You know what I'm saying? This
Talking
the
to the
newest
crowd,
drop.
baby.
So
Okay,
shit.
so what?
I got some
Go ahead.
feelers. I got some
Give
feelers.
it to us.
Don't
Long
want
socks.
you know, feelers back in the day was like having goddamn, you know,
Alright,
that foreign
I'm
drip.
with you.
get what I'm
Alright,
saying?
but
He gotta paint a picture.
So I got my piece and chain on, you know, the little circle thing that had the ice around it with some type of
Yeah.
like religious thing. You know, niggas had the same gold piece with the diamonds around it.
yep.
Oversized watch.
Got me an oversized watch with a little ice. Or some nuggets, depending on the budget.
Fuck around, be nugget in
You know,
94. Nuggets was still kind of flying in
hey,
94.
yeah, I think I could pull it off. Fresh ball fade, though. You get what I'm saying? Let them know I'm from the
H
eight.
time fade.
You going ball
I'm
fade?
letting them know I'm from the eight. You
H-Town.
get what I'm saying? They gonna know. Oh, where you from? From the eight. You get what I'm saying?
I'm a shit on you.
Okay, so
Shitting
94.
on you.
I'm coming down Jabos. Give me a fresh pair of Jabos.
That's what it is. That's what I thought. That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? With the
You
little rope
already-
belt. You know, they
you
go
already
make
know.
it long. With a nice little polo shirt.
Yep, there you
Tommy
go.
Hilfiger.
There you go.
Man, fuck that. I'm swole.
No,
Fuck that, I'm swole.
All right, well, all right, you cool.
walk
You a
around
little
in the-
darker
in
than
the
me.
overalls with no shirt
no,
on under.
All right, I'm coming. No,
With Timberland
I'm gonna
boots.
tell you this. I'm coming with the tummy. Remember the tummy overalls with the tummy symbol overalls? No shirt, nigga. What? And I'm
a Tupac
coming.
special.
Hey, and I'm
Tupac
coming with the Al B. Sure special. You know what I'm saying? I got the wave.
you got the
wave Nouveau.
Oh, you a light
And,
skin.
and I got the polo boots. So you know,
Unibrow.
Yeah.
Hair do that.
There you
I
go.
can be like, oh,
Polo
what's up,
boots.
son?
Polo boots.
Hey, on some real shit though, and then the first thing I do, I come out of there, okay? So I'm going to get my Philly blunts, you know what I'm saying? I done bought some bullshit weed from a nigga at the underground.
Full of seeds.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He tell you it ain't that many seeds.
They got a hefty bag of weed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you sipping on?
Oh, first of all, we in a Blazer.
4-door, 2-door.
You know, a Blazer was like a G-Wagon back in the day.
Okay.
2-door,
You know what I'm
4-door.
saying?
Oh, yeah.
No, we
Might have
stunting.
one.
Or the
You know what I'm
Lexus
saying?
Land. I mean, that damn Toyota Land
You know,
Cruiser.
you got to think you got to play, you got to blaze with some tint, some Dayton's on that bitch, man. Hey, somebody gonna do something strange. Hey, they gonna do something strange. You know, you see you pulling up in that. I'm on the 8-ball MJG. No matter of fact, I ain't on the 8-ball MJG. I'm on the goddamn Scarfaces at this time, 94.
Ghetto Boys was
Ghetto Boy,
cracking.
you know what I'm
may
saying?
have been listening to Big Mike.
Hey, Big Mike. It did also
Big
shit.
Mike was out, something serious.
So I get there. I found me some goddamn loud chicks from Jacksonville. I don't know why I feel like Jacksonville. Duval County had them. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, where y'all from? I'm from Florida. I'm from Duval.
Gold
you know what I'm
Grills.
saying? Hey, you from Duval? Y'all ride with us?
Open face Gold Grill.
Y'all ride with us. We go to Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't drink on an empty stomach. You feel me?
Gotta have some
You know what I'm
grease.
saying?
Gotta have
You
some grease
should
on your
not.
stomach.
We got a room at the goddamn Jury Inn. Jury Inn back in the day was here.
Doreen was cracking.
D-R-U-R-Y. The door was on the
Jury Inn
outside.
it. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, your door was
Holiday Inn couldn't fuck with me back then. You know what I'm saying? We balling this weekend. You feel me? Like, it's so shit.
We drinking gin and juice.
Alicia, how you
Shout out to
coming
Snoop.
in?
You know what I'm
Baby,
saying?
I don't know. I'm just basking in it right now. 'cause
Alicia, first of all, I think I think Alicia and the crew, she'll be the one that keep everybody on schedule.
You can't play with my yo-yo. You be like yo-yo. She'll be like,
You can't.
real cute, but she got hands.
nah.
Hell
Going down
no.
that spreading
And we done
cheeks.
made her tough.
I ain't going down that spreading cheeks. I want all my bros.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. She'll probably be still one of them women's with them. You know, the women used to wear them double-breasted suits in the 90s.
Don't do
With the
me
shoulder
like
pads.
we
Shoulder
love
pads. Yeah.
Like Whitney, like Bobby Brown, my prerogative
man.
video. Them shoulder.
Hey,
Oh, man.
but nah, man, I think I'm hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm doing the same stuff. You gotta find you a group of cool women. You as soon as you get there, you gotta find you a group of cool
Because they your
women.
wingman from that point
they gonna
on.
be your
If you got
wingman.
women
Nah.
with you, bro, you was going to attract women.
All you gotta do is just chill out at the liquor store. Everybody's happy at the liquor store, bro.
But the thing about it, though, you got to have something to drink
The
on.
night is full of possibilities
Like, you
at the
gotta
liquor
think.
store, man. For real.
You
Because
gotta-
we
you
don't want to pay for our liquor.
But you're stationary, though.
You already
You
know
got to
that.
think the worst thing to be at the Freaknik was stationary.
Yeah, you gotta move.
Because you had to make the play. You know what I'm saying? You
Follow
go
traffic.
and
I'm
sit.
following traffic.
Hey, you got to see, okay, I get this number, okay. Then you start sitting at the beach. You get what I'm saying? You start paging everybody around 8:30. What y'all on? Oh, we ain't left yet.
My
We gotta
homegirl
figure
said we going over here.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit by 5:30, we need to be back at the room, putting in the play for the night. You
Yep.
get what I'm saying?
Freshen up.
Freshen up. You hit up the three chicks. You
Some niggas didn't freshen
You
up.
hit
Some
up the two
niggas,
that
you
you
see them in that
met.
same shit later on
You
that
see
night.
who talk about
Some
something.
niggas have the same clothes
Some
on the
niggas
whole
be like, nigga,
weekend.
you ain't showered, man.
Like,
Oh,
goddamn.
Yeah, and I was getting at my
And
cousin.
that's where you
they
got
slept
to
in the
make the
car.
firm
That's what I was saying.
decision to
Slept in
not
the
fool
car.
with that man.
But unfortunately, you ain't got no options. You ain't gonna. I mean, back then they was fucking in the Winnebago, so I
Yeah.
think you could have fucked in the backseat.
Fucking was a whole lot freer than it is now.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot of free fucking and a lot of disease popping.
Man, you can take.
And teen pregnancy.
You gotta think, bro. Back then,
These same teens
when
gonna
I
see
was
that
growing
damn-
up,
pregnancy.
taking a chick to Papa Do's was like taking a chick to Nick and Sam.
Oh, nigga, back
Oh,
then,
bro.
Like,
2000s? What?
you know, gotta think like you
Was a
didn't have to
treat.
break real bread. You just had to like take her on a date. Like going to the movies when when Boys in the Hood or something big came out and you was able to get tickets to that shit.
So
Bro, that's like
y'all
Like
had the
exclusive.
doors in the AR. It was Benny Hunters. Like that was like the mark. Like
But
like-
Benny
like-
Hunters, when
We had
did
a
Benny
Benny Hunter
Hunters
in
drop?
Arkansas.
yeah, we had a Benny Hunters in the AR.
Y'all did?
Oh, y'all had one? Did y'all?
I bet that shit
I
same
know that
pack on
motherfucker.
birthday.
Boy.
Hey, listen, hey,
Oh,
you was,
every day.
you was
Everybody.
made. Hey, if you walk through there,
You was the man.
you walking, hey, it was like you walking like, yeah, you know, go and get what you want.
Everybody celebrated their birthday. It was a rite of passage to have
You
a
want
birthday
shrimp
at Benny
and
Hunters.
beef?
I went so many
Yeah,
times,
Benny Hunters
I
is
knew
a-
my budget.
I remember Kobe. And I
Kobe
went.
steak was the
Kobe
shit.
steak.
Not to cut you off, but
Kobe
yeah,
steak was
man.
good.
Kobe steak was way better than Benny Hanna.
Oh man, dog.
Benny Hanna like Genghis.
But
Grill.
nah, I get what you're saying.
Genghis.
Like at
Hey,
that time
Genghis is
in the
good.
90s,
Let me pick my vegetables.
those was like, cause see, I was driving too when I was 17, and in the AR and the Bluff, it wasn't. You couldn't get caught in the Bluff just on dates. They gonna laugh you down. I don't give a damn who you with
on the date.
on a date.
And them niggas
you
is dry
can't do no
dick.
date in the Bluff.
Nigga.
We gonna ride
They
to the
must have
Rock
been some dry
somewhere.
dick.
Yeah.
Because you gotta think that was crazy though. Back
Because y'all
then,
all
you
going to Garfield's.
You
in
used to
Red
look
Lobster.
crazy like niggas.
Garfields. Those kind of like the
Garfield.
Chili's nowadays.
Ah,
I remember
going to
Garfields. Remember
Garfield.
Garfield?
Red
Garfield done got me some pussy.
Cause you gotta think
Man. Shout out to
Everybody-
Garfield.
niggas didn't go. Cause you gotta think niggas didn't go on like
Yeah.
extravagant dates.
Hell
Like
no.
a date was we
Like a
going
four
we
course
going to the
meal?
movies.
No.
We gonna go post up where everybody be, and you gonna be sitting with me, and that's we didn't vibe.
Movies
Hey,
in
you
the
know
mall.
what, though?
The mall and the movies was
And
the
that's
best.
crazy though, cause shout out to I was listening to a podcast years ago, and she from the North, and she says men are different than the South. And it's crazy what you mentioned. And she was like, more men down there, they want to take you on dates because they want to show you off. Like they'll take you to like after dinner, then they'll take you to the club just to show like, hey, this my girl. You know what I'm saying?
You say in the South?
Yeah, like we do that.
Yeah,
Like,
shit,
niggas do that shit.
Yeah, if a nigga ain't take you, no, if a nigga ain't take you to the park when everybody was outside,
in the park. You ain't riding through.
You ain't
listen,
that one.
listen.
You ain't that one.
Oh,
Like-
listen, that's when you. Hey, listen, I done got
that
caught
one.
many a times. We gonna ride to the park. You sure? Let's ride to the park.
Shit.
cause you know everybody
see
in their mama. So
Your
if you
whole,
fucking-
your whole pussy line
Sunday
is
On that
night.
Sunday afternoon at the
Sunday.
park, everybody gonna see you.
Hey, you done a
So,
whole week.
That was your way of saying you my girl. If I take you,
Yup.
you riding with me,
Taking your place.
Like, I'm
Meeting
taking you
people.
places. You dig?
Period.
Big
Because the
people.
top gonna be down.
Yeah.
And so, since we talk about old head energy, man,
I just used to be my.
I love this shit.
like, cause it kind of shows you, like, it was crazy. And so today, my girl, Mr. Charles, you know Mr. Charles. He
Yeah.
pulled up today with his new chick. You know?
Oh yeah. He came through Friday. He came through.
Charles.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Mr.
Man,
Charles.
when old heads
Y'all
get
gotta give us a brief description of Mr.
Price,
Charles.
hey, price went up.
Hey, the price that went up, man. The
What
boy
you
got
mean?
new
The price,
teeth.
listen,
you
the
know
price
what I'm
went up,
saying?
brother.
He got a fresh set.
Man, he got, and she's so sweet. And He
Yep.
got him a cute older thing,
Yep.
too, man. I'm
Keep
like,
it, get
But y'all call him Mr. Charles,
His
so he
name
gotta
Mr.
be over
Charles.
50.
he about 60.
Nah, he was 60.
60 something.
Hey,
He work on,
hard-
he the one that work on
a skill
everything.
set hard to find it today.
He work on
He work on everything.
Everything.
Anything you need done.
Everything.
Anything. From a
From
gate,
carburetors to refrigerators.
from a carburetor, from a gate to AC.
And listen,
anything.
his skill set is he gonna tell you step by step what he
He know
doing,
exactly what
so
you
you can learn from him.
Nah.
Like cause he know he like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Nah,
Go
but-
Google it just in case it happen again.
That's what
But
I'm
yeah, like
Mr. Charles.
I was gonna say, so it was gonna show you the difference of how
Don't blame me.
generations get their women.
Mr. Charles is just a man.
Because honestly, it was so refreshing to hear how he got her. So he used to come back and talk about it like he met her at church. You know what I'm saying? Like for old people, church is like a goddamn
That's
date.
happy hour.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
Like,
what?
Hey,
That's
man.
happy hour.
It's like
It's a dating pool.
for old people, anybody over 50,
Church got to spill just like
40,
the club.
anybody over 45, when it comes to the dating scene,
Hello.
I always
Which is
feel-
why you
okay,
have-
man, I always
you
feel
have
that's
singles
weird.
ministry. You got the older seasoned saints
So
ministry.
it's cool to be at church looking at ass then.
man, we ain't talking about
I'm just saying, though.
Okay.
I'm just
I ain't gonna admit, but
Okay.
no.
I mean, like,
my
just
mind be
saying.
somewhere else when I'm
Now
at church.
get
I'm
your-
trying to
So
get the word.
how the hell you get the word and
Man,
then get a
y'all
date
gonna
then?
First of all, get
You
your
know, you ain't gonna date no
friend.
ugly, but no, man, y'all can't
Hold
do
on, man.
this
You gotta
shit.
finish the
You-
story,
you-
dog. I
oh,
gotta
my
hear about
bad.
Mr. Charles.
I
My
was
bad,
about
my
to tell
bad.
you the generational difference of how, like, he put the pimp game down. He was so player about it. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? He wrote her a letter.
Oh, where you go with me?
Hey,
Love it, baby, love it.
that boy say, I remember he was at the house. He say, man, I think I got something. I think I got me a new friend. And she's
Oh.
so cute. He sat behind that church every week, and he didn't know what it was.
Stop.
I'm in the back pew.
But he actually did say,
I
he
stopped
say,
it in the sweetest way I
he was like, I
possibly
saw
could.
the side profile, so I say all that to say he was looking at it because he said I saw her walking back from intercessory prayer, and I was like, I was trying to
Hold on,
the way
see,
you
and
said it.
you act like
The way- I'm trying. That's why I was.
Now, see, that's what I'm saying,
That's
because
why-
you want to sugarcoat some shit.
That's why I
and
wanted
I'm
to
just
finish
trying
the
to
story
say.
because I was gonna come back around to what you said. But the thing about it was,
Because that just lets you know when
Boy,
you're
got
equally
this.
yoked.
He got that side view of him.
You in the place
so I guess when he saw the face,
to be placed.
I guess when he saw the face, he was like, okay, she
God
one of
gonna
them
put you
ones.
where he needs you to be
He
at.
went home and started writing. And what say, hey,
Nigga start
It's
right.
right.
and what say, I don't know if you have a significant other or a husband,
Period.
but I just
Or
want to let you
husband.
know.
See, he knew the mission. He
Hey,
knew
cause you
what
know
he
some
was
niggas
on.
don't go to church with their wives. You know what I'm
She,
saying?
ain't got no,
They
she don't have no ring on. So
I mean, you can't tell that
And
with
that's
the
what I'm
old
not
people.
about to be doing.
She probably. I
Well,
grew up-
oh, so she? Oh, I thought she was younger.
She in his age range. She in his age
Oh,
range.
That's what make it so
They
cute.
don't wear their ring
That's
all
what
the
make
time.
it so cute because it's like they both did found love at this point. And so he
That's
wrote, and
what's
so he wrote the letter, but he's like, I had the letter with me. She ain't even come to church that week.
Oh, so he had to wait another week. Letter
But
that got
nah, he
crumpled
was
up and
smart.
dirty.
They always tell you to find a liaison when you're trying to get a new chick and you interested in somebody.
That's what they tell you.
Find somebody she
Yep.
cool.
Who
with.
know
You
if they
need,
like,
you
can
need
slide
somebody to
this
speak
to
you
him?
up
You
to
got
him.
somebody to speak for you when you not
Hey,
there.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, he cool, girl. You need to, you know what I'm
You
saying?
have to get somebody to
So he
gas
saw
you
his
up.
sister. He was like, yeah, you know what? Hey, you know, he asked about it because she been coming, you know, so where she at today?
She
Like,
all right?
she all right? Oh, yeah, she good. He was like, well, you
He
mind
ain't giving
pass?
a. So her sister read that.
Read that motherfucker quick.
And I bet you that's why she gave
She
it
read
to him.
that
Girl,
motherfucker
you better
call.
get him.
She read
Tell
that nigga
me,
the call.
sis, tell
Girl,
me,
you
is
better
it worth
get 'em.
my time? Is it worth my time or not?
This show you the difference in generation on her end. She was like, she let him know. And she was like, he left his number.
Mm.
Back in the day, you know, today, they would have shot that text. Hey, this so-and-so?
Mm-hmm.
She called him. He said, I ain't recognize the number. It wasn't a
That nigga
client.
wrote a whole number.
Hey,
Wrote a whole
boy,
you,
number.
mean you don't know my name playing in the background.
That's what I'm saying.
Hello?
He's like, hello, this Charles.
Can you hear me now?
He's like, this Charles.
Yeah,
Hey, how you doing?
that's
I got
good.
your letter. I just wanted to respond to you.
I look
like
I look a little different outside my church.
Sound like some
girl.
woman
But
to woman.
she told him she was just, he was
This,
about,
this is Barbara.
she told him he was about a month too late. So she was good.
Oh no.
Time waits. That's why the liaison is important.
Mm.
Because he didn't get an update. The sister came and say,
So, you know she's single again.
you know she's single. That's why you need the liaison
Sister
to keep
silent.
you up to date.
Sister probably broke that shit up. When she read the letter, she's probably like, she don't need that new nigga. Yeah,
This
you
nigga
don't
can
need
fix shit.
it. You ain't got never have to call a contractor another day in your life.
She got somebody else in her back pocket.
Shit.
That's some
I know
important
that's
ass
what-
shit
You know
when
how-
you get old, though.
when you
You ain't
older,
lying.
you
old
can
and you
fix
got a
shit.
house. You
Nigga,
know a
that's-
nigga know how to do some shit.
Man, what?
Nigga, you can fix it. That's like
Hey,
having
let me
$20
get a
million in
motherfucker-
the
Boy, I
bank.
thought
Plum
that
on
was
the
so
side,
dope.
shit.
And he riding around with her in her whip because he got a work truck. So, you know, he can't ride around in no work truck. So they in her
He
whip.
pulled up with
He
her.
pulled up with her today. You know what I'm
And he was
saying?
driving?
Like he was driving. I'm like, oh, shit.
Her whip.
I'm like, oh, shit.
He came in a work truck Friday.
That's what's
You know
up,
what I'm
though.
saying?
Shout out to
And
Mr.
then the fact
Charlie.
that she willing to ride around in the work truck with you.
She a real one.
Listen,
She down for
when
your
I
Oh,
say,
yeah, she a real
when
one.
I say price went up,
Price went up.
listen, a week before he quoted me something. The other day he called me back.
He got him somebody now.
He called
I
me
got
back.
dates.
I ain't charging
I got
that no
dates
more.
to pay for.
That price went up.
Papa
And
don't-
hey,
Papa don't
and-
$100
and- Hey,
no more.
he still gonna get paid. I don't care. Like still, but I respect it more. I
I mean, a
understand.
chick budget now. You know that chick budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
That shit'll
hey,
break you.
hey, we
Hey.
going to brunch now. You know what I'm saying?
Papa don't ain't $100 for two people no more. That shit like $200 now.
Hey,
I'm
ain't
gonna
mad
spend
at him.
$250 there.
She
Mimosas.
probably told him like, what you be charging? You know, a woman gonna get your books in order. You know, what you
Dating
be?
is expensive.
You
man.
know, a woman get your books in order. She be like, what you be charging?
Let's talk
for
about
so-and-so?
that.
Dating is expensive.
Dating is expensive.
The point from when you meet somebody, dating until you get really serious and y'all can
Fuck
chill
that.
at the
No,
crib. That
listen.
part right there is expensive.
Dating while you in a relationship and mad expensive shit. That shit still go.
Wait, hold on.
That
It's
shit
the
do
same-
not
it's the
stop.
same
All
Hey,
right.
Marcus.
What?
Same shit.
That shit
All right.
don't stop.
So
But
we
you don't
I
have
got, I
date
got a
night as
question.
often as you
No, we
have
gonna
date
we gonna
night
ask
as
you.
single.
What is all right? What is an ideal date? We're not gonna ask the price. What is an acceptable or a dope date for you? Let's say within the first 2 or 3 dates. What's ideal? You know, is it a cost element? Is it a thought element? You know, what is it that goes into it and gets your attention? Because some dudes think you have to break bread in order to have an effective date with someone. So
Honestly, it's thought because anybody can break bread these days. Like you gonna put up the cost. You gonna know where the hottest spots are in town to ensure that you can take me out to dinner on that particular date. Now, what the other dates look like following that. But at the end of the day, I'm really consumed with your conversation, your intellect. Because I'm going to get to the bottom of that and figure out if I want to do date 2 or 3 or 4.
see, fellas, that's
first
I
date is
asked her that
everything,
perfectly.
though.
I asked her that because you ain't got to break
That
bread,
first date is
especially if you want to get a vibe with her.
You're right.
It just depends on what you're going for, man.
How many days does it take to get to the movie?
What
Like,
we talking about? We talking about all
Oh yeah, no, that's a real thing.
Don't take-
Flim. That's a good
Do
point,
not-
though.
what
That's
you
a
say?
good point.
Say
what
we
Flim
talking
just
about
said.
ROI. Like it depends on what you targeting.
He's like, it depends on what the target
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Are you trying to hit?
target on this
Or are
shit.
you trying to get to know her? Because dudes love bum y'all when they trying to fuck.
Yeah, and my whole thing is I wouldn't even want you to put up a whole bunch of bread and take me out and put and flex on that like that. If I know that I don't even like you like that past date 1, I feel sorry for you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're gonna have a conversation, we're gonna figure out if this is gonna be a good move
Right.
from date 2 to 3, or if they will even be that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if it's not, like, I don't feel bad that, you took me wherever you.
But when that liquor started flowing,
Okay, so what is your most outstanding or memorable date then? If you so I want to have because you supposed to remember this off the top of your head. Let us know.
It shouldn't even take.
You
Hey,
probably done had a few.
No, I won't. No, it's
Memorable
got to
date.
be one that's like, girl, this nigga could have got fucked in the car.
So as you got in your car,
Like, it's
I'm
gotta
giving that
be
nigga
one
a
of
buzzer
them
tomorrow.
dates. Because I know you've had, it's got to be one.
Mhm.
Like, what happened? You ain't got to give us a whole detail, but what was the concept of the date? That
No, actually, y'all can talk about me however you want to, cause eating, I can take myself out there. Drinks, I can take myself out there. I can do that with my homegirl.
That's why I'm asking.
That's not a thing for me necessarily.
Right.
But like when we're able to like connect spiritually, or at least just be in a situation where we connect, we just have a vibe. Like I'm cool with that. So like,
So like from a sapiosexual side.
yeah, like me and this one guy, we went grounding one time, and it was my suggestion. Like, take your shoes
What's
off.
Ground.
Let's
Yeah.
walk on earth, like
Yeah.
the grass, or just nothing that is
become one with nature.
one with nature. Because I had never done it before,
And you asked him,
and I
would you be
asked
willing
him
to
to, would you be willing to do
That
it?
show you niggas be willing to do anything.
Because I can't
And-
walk barefoot. It's something about walking barefoot outside. I can't
But
do
it
it.
walk
was
around.
actually, it was at nighttime. It was dark.
Damn.
It was dark.
But I understand what you're saying. You wanted something that you could just kind of like talk, vibe with him, get to know
Right.
him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like we could, it was like more spiritual.
Right.
It was a
Yeah.
spiritual interaction versus just sitting across the table and spending money on a bottle of wine, and you think that you're impressing me in that regard.
Right.
you
Was the
know?
conversation effective though? Like, because I feel with that, when you have to actually like the conversation is the center of the day. at that
Honestly, I feel like when conversation is the center of the day and you're able to be like in tuned intellectually, like you can get rid of them. You can get rid of the next few dates if you will, based on like if you're ready for that or not, because that can, I guess in my experience, it's been like, well, that has intimidated someone and been like, well, that's a little much from what I'm ready for at this point in my life in terms of like what you're looking for, and I'm just
That's what the conversation has.
That's where it comes
You know
from.
that. You know it always
Yeah.
come up. You know what are your plans with me? You know what I'm saying?
but
Like,
but
Just don't
I
ask
don't
me what
even-
are my 5-year plans
I
are
don't
on the
even-
first
no,
date.
No,
Like
no,
I
no,
don't.
no, no, no.
I don't-
And
I don't like that shit.
I don't usually ask those questions,
Yeah.
but I just think the nature of the woman in which you are encountering and the conversations in which you have, you can know whether or not you'll be able to deliver to her what it is that
Right,
she
right.
may
Gotcha.
be asking for, what it is that she's looking for at that point in
Gotcha.
her life, and make your exit or whatever.
how
Like,
about I agree with you.
I feel like if you go on a date with somebody and you're really vibing with that person, you ain't even really gotta ask no questions. If the
It's
vibe
supposed
is
to come
there,
up.
the shit's just gonna be
communication.
natural.
If we
that's
can't
why I
get
said
to
I
those-
haven't had
It
to
ain't that
ask
simple.
5-year plans.
Yeah.
I
No, I
haven't
get
had to
that.
ask
I
those
get what you-
questions.
but at
It
the
just
end of the
come
day-
up.
It just comes
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
If you gotta ask me right out, like,
We
oh,
ain't
whether
vibing.
I'm a planner or find out,
Yeah.
like, what do I want for myself? If I don't mention anywhere, like, if you ask me, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, what's your biggest passion or something, or like, what's something that you
Interview
want to
style
accomplish?
questions are very intimidating.
No, but
Like,
it
just
ain't
from what you asking me
but
right
it's just
now,
a
what is
follow-up.
your
Like, say if
ideal
he talking
first
about
date?
it-
I'm like,
Say,
Yeah.
so
Say if I'm talking about, like say, okay, well, you know, I love to cook, whatever. Then you come back and be like, well, you know, well, have you ever thought about taking that somewhere? Or have
yeah,
ever
like
thought
you
about-
might see it.
It's
if
just
his
a natural
plan is
flow,
Like, I
yeah.
want, and so if I'm like tell you about my work, and then you be like, is that something you love? Do you see yourself
Yeah.
doing that long
Right,
term?
right, exactly.
And then it was like, boom, I'm gonna start getting into my passion.
It's
Like,
just
nah, I
natural
really want to do
conversation.
this.
Yeah.
And then if you ask him, it was like, shoot, you can ask him something that is not as dressed up. Like, what is your biggest fear? That'll kind of tell you what his priority is sometimes.
Right.
But I hate when sometimes like innuendos. Innuendo, you got to be able to have conversations with the innuendo without it coming out and being like an interview.
right.
And so, but that's why some dudes are afraid of going to those like intimate settings. Because I know I'm not here for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Which is why I know like ice cream dates are a lot more popular. Coffee dates are a lot more popular now because it's a little bit less what? Why
And
you
it-
look like
and
that?
it's during the daytime. Y'all can
No,
be safe.
those work.
First date, be like,
those
let's be there during
work,
the
but
day, the first
unfortunately,
date.
the hit rates with those
Makes
is
sense.
real high.
Makes sense.
If you
The
can
what?
hit, the
The
hit rate. If you can interview
See,
well,
if you talking about your dates as his race,
hit rate.
then
No.
you, your mind ain't right and your heart ain't.
you
pretty
think
anyway.
I'm talking?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He think I'm talking about sex. I'm talking about what I'm talking about.
Nah, you talking about degree of success, right?
I'm like, we vibing.
Rate-
Like, we
rate of return.
actually vibe.
All right.
Because those when you actually find out if you can actually enjoy somebody's company. Because it ain't really anything going on but us sitting here doing something aimlessly. But if anybody can take somebody to a day party and we in the section together and you get drunk.
Of course.
You can't
then
talk.
you
You
get
can't have zero
somebody-
conversation. It's like going to the movies on the first date. Like,
So that's
Do
why I
not
say
take
the
me to
hit
the
rate.
movies because we're going to sit there quiet,
Or
sit beside
comedy.
each other like,
You can't
absolutely
talk.
not.
I've never understood the whole movie date thing within the first 5 days.
That's crazy.
Because y'all
Absolutely
just
not.
sitting there like
even a comedy show.
like
You can't talk.
Concert.
Maybe if you got like a movie then dinner, cause
Like,
you can have
I
a
mean,
conversation.
Yeah, right.
Let's say
you know
you
what I'm
go
saying?
meet at a day party, get a vibe, and then go to dinner, and then have a home by 7 or 8.
that sounds like a Houston day.
Actually,
That
but,
sounds like
but that's so
Houston
like
day.
that's such an unsecured date. Like
You can be the
Unsecured
chick
date,
that day
that's
at
an
brunch
unsecured
and have
date.
that
Like-
same day.
I don't
mean-
know if
I
I'm
mean,
gonna get the
if we
date
gon'
after
vibe-
that. We gonna vibe enough to do
If
that.
we gonna vibe at the day, because we might not even vibe at the day.
No, all
party.
right. So you meet there, get a couple songs in, because you may like some music. Just like
They play next too close.
yeah.
Just
yeah.
don't.
You may-
Hey,
you
Slim, you
may
start
feel-
sliding.
kind
Slim, you start sliding over close to her and shit.
but not
They
too
played this
long,
song
not too
for a
long.
reason, bro.
Then from there, you like, hey man, I already got this spot that we was gonna go eat at, because you already told her we gonna go eat.
But you're a planner. You with him. If you, as long as you got the next
Just-
move ready to go, like you didn't put some
Because as soon
thought
as you
into
tell
this.
me at the day party, you know what? Did you want to get some wings? Something I already got something set up for us.
Yeah, all right, well, cool. Let's keep getting a drink. And about that, like,
That's
all right,
how I
man,
win, bro.
it was good seeing you, though, but
Man, this
That's how you
relationship I was in, like it started at Trappier's hour. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, we sitting there. I'm like, shoot, you hungry?
You want something to eat?
We were
You
developing.
can create a vibe, like in
Hey.
those environments. You can,
yeah.
you can, but it's all about the aftermath of that. Like, what are you willing to do after that? Like, please don't be in my ear. Hey, so what it is that you do?
Yeah, all that shit.
Boy,
But that's why I'm like, you
Like-
hungry because you gotta think. You like, hey,
where you like to
my people going to you know,
Get out
what you say? What you say?
What?
You just said this dope ass line that you knew was gonna make her laugh, and you're like, huh?
and you looking at it like,
Like, damn.
It don't hit the same when you,
You don't
repeat
even
it.
remember it. 'Cause when you repeat it, it's different. It ain't as funny as like it was the first.
I used to
like-
get so irritated by that when I lived in Houston at Grooves. I felt like when I went to Grooves, people would be like, so what do you do?
Like,
What?
Yeah.
Huh? Like,
Oh,
that's why,
like-
honestly, when you meet a chick in the club,
I just said I
get the
work.
number and leave it right there, bro. Don't be trying to have the first initial conversation with her
In the
cold in
club.
bro. Because then it's just gonna be annoyance at that, and it's gonna be clunky.
And you smell like weed and liquor. You smell like
Breath
weed and
probably
liquor.
ain't hitting because you done been drinking.
Bathroom man ain't set
You
up
been
yet. Smoking
smoking.
some gum.
You know what I'm saying? I know your breath ain't on
Bathroom
point. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
Like,
true.
and so that's why I always say just get the number. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit you. You be safe tonight. Then if you see her on your way out of there, then maybe you could catch her by the door in the parking lot. And y'all can figure this shit
Some
out.
nigga go follow her that whole night though.
He gonna be-
Don't let him buy you a drink. Y'all go together.
They gonna be looking at the door waiting
But
for
that's
them to go to the parking lot.
That's just
You know, nigga, so what? He done got a number.
There's some niggas like that. He thought he already won.
Yeah.
She gave me a number. Nigga, I won.
Nigga, I'll be right back.
go
Nigga, I'll be right
together.
back. I'll be right back, man. I'll be right back.
Nigga, see what I pulled
You
up?
about to leave? You about to leave? Where you going? Where y'all going?
where y'all going after this?
All right, babe. Call you
Get
later.
to the bar, bro.
And don't ask me that. Where I'm going after this. If it's not your intention to, to do something better from that point.
If I
like,
talk, if we talk and I got your number, then I was like, you be safe, all right. I might hit you about 2:30. Like I don't want nothing.
AM?
Just make. Why? Wait.
Okay.
I don't want nothing. Just want to make. Sure. I'm gonna be like this. I don't want nothing. Just making sure you made it home in one piece. Just let you know, like. I done had all this shit happen at the end of this night.
So
but
if she
you
said,
still
"Well,
on my
I'm,"
mind.
so if she said, "But I'm bored," if you want to pull up,
No,
That's a
no.
filler.
what
That's
you
a
gonna do?
You could.
That's
You
what-
might have the option.
I'm not gonna pull up.
that's
But
what
that's
they
why
call
I'm
it.
gonna
44,
preface.
'cause
That's why I'm gonna preface it.
That might
and
be a
say,
robbery.
Call that a heat check.
That's why I'm gonna
robbery.
preface
Yeah, you
it
call
and
that a
just
heat
say
check.
I don't want nothing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just,
But if you want some,
So you just send it in a text.
but if you want,
I don't want nothing. But just making sure you made it home with one piece.
But if
That
you
shit come
bored,
back quick. Oh,
That's
shit,
the
I just
window
made
right
it
there.
here, but I can't go to sleep.
yeah.
see, Mark, nigga done set up in the bed.
See, we got all aside.
See, no, I wasn't even thinking of that,
Wasn't
though.
even thinking
I
that.
wasn't even thinking. I was just trying to make sure you made it home, but you hit me with the I can't
You gonna
go
tell her
to
that
sleep.
same shit when you go over there and sit on the couch next to her that same night. You know, I wasn't even thinking about coming over tonight.
Like,
I gotta take my shoes off.
I had my pajamas on.
Hey, let me tell you.
You got condoms everywhere.
Then the store the next day when your homeboy called you. Man, I wasn't even thinking about fucking this chick, man.
Man, she was talking about she wanted some company. We was over there
went over
watching
there, nigga.
Low Down Dirty Shame.
I stopped and got some Whataburger. That's the only thing that was open.
Right.
Man, we stopped. He said, low down.
He went way back.
Boy, this shot.
I don't know why that
Freaknik.
feel like that's a movie that a chick can put
We still on
on.
Freaknik era.
Freaknik.
We still in the
Low down
90s. Hey, well, back to the 90s gonna be this show, goddamn. Oh, boy,
I don't know why I see that shit with me, you know, like shit.
because it's one of them kind of movies that you will
It's
watch.
like you just watching the backdrop, you know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
ain't
you
too
want-
serious. It's kind of funny.
It's a classic.
It's a classic
It's a
movie.
classic.
Next thing you know,
Oh,
you're asking her how she
bro.
want her
It's
eggs.
6:30 and you just not putting the tip in. You know, the sun went coming up.
God.
Oh shit.
I would call that a good night, you know, because y'all
Been there
We've
before.
all been there.
y'all
We've all been there
entire
before.
night.
Worked
Because
hard.
at 6:30, your shit is
That was a long
at
day.
its peak.
Hard.
That was a long day,
That's
bro.
a
You know what I'm saying?
Get out. Get out of this
Y'all
point.
go together now.
That's
Nah, I
one. That's
see you.
one of them days where you leave her crib about 9:30 and sleep till 4. Like you,
Hey,
niggas be hitting you. What you on today? Nothing.
Nigga, not a damn. I just went to sleep. Just went to sleep. Fuck that day
Hey, them
party.
the times when you be like, we go together.
Oh shit.
What you
nah.
no? She might think you go together.
My God.
Oh man, you just brought back. Hey, we all had one of them goddamn done episodes. You know, I call
Absolutely.
it from dusk to dawn.
And then she finally at 6:30. She like, you know what? I'm gonna get this.
Like,
nigga
what
some
you about to
ass.
do? Well, she hit you because she about to. She
You
like,
done
what
watched
you
the
about to
movie
do?
with
You
me.
ain't. I done been called out like you ain't gonna
bought me
do.
a-
You ain't did. You came over here not to do nothing. I'm like, damn. I'm trying to be a gentleman.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
right.
You get what I'm saying? I feel called out
I
now.
don't know what he over here doing, girl. I thought he came over here to do something. She on the
texted your
phone with her
homeboy
homegirl.
talking
She's
about,
like,
this nigga
damn.
scary.
Lemonade. No.
Yep.
That's the worst thing you
Yeah.
tell niggas. You tell them he gonna try to beat the brakes off you. Scary.
Now I ain't gonna lie. I had one chick. I made the plans. She got over there. I was actually tired, and I just didn't feel like putting in no effort.
I feel
So we just went to sleep.
Yeah.
Man, I felt so
I've
bad.
been
She
there
woke
before,
up in
too.
the morning. He like, why we ain't have sex? I ain't never have a girl just come out and say that shit though. Like, why we ain't have sex? It was like, God damn it,
I was like, I was tired.
I was tired.
I met you at noon, and we
Okay,
didn't go to
so-
sleep till fucking 5 o'clock in the morning.
So I do have a question. Like,
Yeah.
how do y'all feel about women that come off like that to you all, like kind of knowing what it is that their expectations are in that
Shit, most
regard?
women know they'll
We grown.
fuck you the first time they see you.
Shit.
Yeah.
Just like me.
I don't judge a woman that knows what she
Hell
wants ahead of
nah.
time.
Absolutely
No.
not.
You know what disappoint me is we all know it's women like that, and there's others that shit on those type of women in a way, and then call it, to me, they women empowerment. Like yeah.
Bitch, your
Right,
bed
that's
is
why I
cold.
wanted
Like-
to know
like
what
not to-
y'all stances were to ensure that y'all aren't a part of that movement, as well as, you know,
I ain't
shit,
judging
if you
no
will,
woman.
on those type of women
Like,
too.
I'm
They
not
know
gonna-
exactly what it is that they
shit
want, you know. Because I
hypocritical
think
as
that
fuck.
people experience those times in their lives, right? Where you,
Yeah.
Man, I
you know
appreciate the
different
energy.
desires that you have. At that point.
I appreciate the energy. Let me know.
Let me
right
know
there.
right
No bells
now,
and whistles.
Yeah.
I want to fuck you.
It fucking
You know
sucks
what I'm
when you
saying?
like, damn, I could
God.
have packed the goddamn overlay bag.
And do you understand how much of a turn on that is
Man.
for the right dude? Where he's
And
like,
you know, it just
shit.
depends.
Hey, and you
It
know
just-
where it's crazy? Cause my wife today did me like that, and I
don't know.
Listen.
I don't know. Shed it what you
I
said.
don't think she wants you to use that as an
No,
example, bro.
she did. Like,
She said,
we
"Talk
had
about
a
this on the
wild
podcast."
dust of done. We had a wild dust of done. I was like, okay, we go together. She said, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
Oh, this nigga called feelings first.
No, we
God
don't.
damn it. We go together.
Nigga was whooped.
Be clear.
Nigga was whooped.
Be
man.
clear. No, we don't.
Was you looking at her while she was sleeping?
I'm talking
This
about-
is my wife. I think
listen.
this is my wife.
My
Yeah,
life.
yeah. Listen, I was excited too, boy. I was excited,
Gonna
man.
be my wife one day. I
I
already
love
know it.
her.
I ain't give her the 5
Do you
years
understand the energy now, man? That
trying
nigga
to
knew right there. This is the one. This
I
it.
mean, we've all been on a date with somebody and had
I'm like,
sort
from
of that
dust to
first
done.
night.
I'm like,
mean,
I'm like, shit. I didn't hit it with the Dougie.
I ain't gonna
Fresh.
lie, man. The
shit with
craziest,
the
Oh, you put your best in.
the craziest experience. You
not
got
the
to.
Dougie.
You got to.
Dougie.
The worst thing you can do is have a bad first experience.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
worst.
like the first impression.
Like, I want you texting me the next morning talking about just the tired emoji. And like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? That's some shit. I had one.
Now I don't
hit me
need
up.
that part. Just
No, that
Your
means
first
like
performance
that.
got to be the best. It's
Man,
got
I
to be the
need you to
shit.
let me know, like, shit, you
So,
did your thing. You
Don't get
feel
full of
me?
whiskey. If you get full of whiskey that night, just be like, just charge it to that night and just wait till the next
And
day.
then,
Just come cuddle, okay? Just know your limitations, know what you can
When
do,
you get
and
to
know what you
certain
can't
days,
do.
that whiskey is a motherfucker.
you know,
Just
that's
come
why niggas be going to the corner store
That
trying to
shit
get
is
that honey.
Like that.
Niggas be trying to go get that honey.
nigga fucking through a migraine. Like, Black Rhino got my head.
Lightheaded. Nigga lightheaded and everything trying to get
Nigga barely breathe. He trying to fuck.
Hey, y'all niggas
hate
lay
it
out them
here.
drugs.
like,
That shit gonna hurt you.
It tripped me out when I see the honey at the gas
Shit worth
station.
the
I said,
sitting off.
they got it right there by the goddamn
That
register.
shit by the lighters.
Like, goddamn,
They got
bro.
the honey by the lighters.
And the one by the house only got 4 in there. I'm like, these niggas been busy. Like,
Y'all niggas,
Fucking these hoes crazy.
these niggas over here taking Spanish fly and shit.
They say the honey. Yeah, they say the honey a bad motherfucker.
they say that shit's a bad motherfucker.
So you might get a headache like, bro.
They say that shit had you on hard for a week straight. Just, for no reason. Just,
I don't need it.
like, I don't
Oh,
need that.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Have you walking around that hard, that low. Your wife mad at you. Nigga, you don't get the fuck off me.
Nigga, you already got me. They ain't going nowhere.
You trying to see what's up with you?
Oh, shit. Move. Yeah, she mad at you. That nigga sleeping in a separate room.
Nigga walk.
Girl, why you sleeping in a separate room? Because his dick hard all the goddamn time.
Nigga been poking me all night.
Walk
wait,
around in
wait, wait,
basketball shorts. Nigga,
Did
put some
y'all-
drawers on.
Do y'all watch Fatima? Do y'all watch the show Fatima? Y'all
I saw the preview,
Y'all
yeah.
talked about all the Queen's men. So like,
I ain't seen
this is
Fatima.
BT Plus, but Zatima, excuse me, Zatima.
I
This
heard
is about this is a spinoff from Sisters
Yeah.
about Zach and Zatima dating and stuff. And she was just talking about like, I think you need a side chick. And he was like, "What?"
Oh,
Like,
his girl told him that?
yes, because they're engaged or whatever. And she's like, "I just can't keep up with your sexual
Yeah, too
appetite.
bad.
Like you always want it, you know, like." And in
That's-
that time, you feel like, okay, I got to keep up with this dude. You know,
Hey,
I'm still trying to get him.
That's different. That's nigga, any nigga that got
Man,
that
you
much
shouldn't do
energy.
Okay.
Hey, you can't be
But
you
let
can't
me
be perpetrating
finish.
no fraud like that. Though.
Okay, but let
Yeah.
me finish. But her whole thing was like the side chick was actually a sex toy that she was like trying to put up to him to be like this.
Like
gonna
one of them
take
fake
some-
monkeys.
one
I
of them-
don't like saying the P
Yeah.
word. One of them fake
Hey,
monkeys.
you know what, man? I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit crazy as fuck to me still to this day. That, like, cause you know niggas in jail came up with that concept. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what
I
they
heard
call
a
it.
nigga. Yeah, it was like
They
a
would make
toilet.
Out of toilet
Toilet,
paper
they get a toilet paper and they
roll.
get like some a glove or some latex and some Vaseline and some shit.
Do that hurt?
I ain't never
been
used
in
the
prison.
shit. Like, I've never been to prison.
I never been to
I've
prison.
been to jail, but I
Been
ain't
to
never
jail
been
for
to
like 8
prison.
hours.
Prison is when the nigga gets to that level.
You
Like,
federal
Hey,
agent.
though.
Nigga don't make
Prison, you ain't going nowhere for at
You got a
least.
reservation.
You ain't going nowhere for at least a year.
you gonna be here a minute.
At least
And I
12
know
months.
it's a nigga somewhere in there making them hoes,
Done
telling them
stole
for hey, I
every
got you.
glove,
I got
every
your pocket
glove.
pussy.
Them hoes going better than cigarettes.
I got your
Man.
pocket pussy. I had your pocket pussy ready on
You want her
Tuesday.
black, you want white, you want Mexican, I can color it.
Yeah, nigga,
Niggas coloring that bitch.
nigga making it brown.
Who ordered the black
You
chick?
like light skin or dark skin?
Who ordered the sister?
Put some titties on mine, bro.
But yeah, is that a real thing though?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm saying,
In
like,
prison?
in prison,
Nah, it-
Yeah,
yes.
it is.
Not only in prison.
No.
But it is. It's a kufi. It's called a kufi.
Some
That's what
lame
it's
ass
called.
niggas out here using that shit
called
at,
a kufi.
at the crib.
A
But is
kufi?
it? But
That
is
what
it
they call
also?
it?
Is it also? You know,
I don't know how effective it
thing?
is.
No,
but
no.
Oh, it's
Is
gotta
it
be
also
pretty.
a thing for your woman to tell you like, I ain't never told nobody that, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm sure it's a woman out
Wait,
there
tell
like
somebody what?
Lost a Pippin just told you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just that the sexual appetite is just
it's
too
just
much
too
to
much,
keep up
nigga.
with.
Like you gotta think. A woman feels the output. Like a woman feels the experience of sex physically more than a woman. More than a man afterwards. Meaning
Of course.
y'all sore. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga only gets sore if that nigga didn't have about 3 or 4 nuts. You know that. You know what I'm saying? But if a nigga just been fucking to y'all 30 minutes, you gonna be walking around chafed damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm swollen. It's swollen.
it's swollen.
The next
lips
day, I'm
swollen and
sore.
shit. She tender. She walking bow
Swollen.
legged for a couple days. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I ain't do all that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Y'all be doing the most sometimes.
Y'all do the most. All of y'all are not built the same. That's all I'm gonna say. You get it? But I say this to say that if a woman says that, I understand it more than if
The
a
little
man
small
says.
petites is durable.
No comment.
Because you small and petite.
Keep on. Keep going where you going, honey.
I told
Keep
you.
going where you going.
I had to throw that in there. They durable little motherfucker.
Make sure y'all watch Freaknik.
No, man, source my bad, bro.
Shit,
Go
that should
ahead,
be,
go ahead.
nah, shit, you took me back.
Keep going
He
where
took
you
us back to Atlanta.
Cause I like nigga, like shit, bro.
Because that's the women that was down there like getting fucked every day. All the
Okay.
time.
Damn.
Ooh, damn.
I'm about to go.
Man,
I'm
come
about
on.
to go. Okay.
I don't know how we got here.
I'm a lady.
Nah, but on some real
This
shit,
will
man.
be cut.
Nah, but on some real shit, man. Before we get out of here, I got one goddamn. I was listening to like music, and you know, Daniel Caesar tried to come hop back out and say he was sorry. You know what I'm saying? I guess he got
Sorry
something
for
coming
what?
up. You know when he said black people are racist and we should be nice to white people because he was trying to take up for Yes Jules. Like
Who the
that's
fuck is that?
some white chick, but
Oh.
like. Anyways, but this was the time that he, you know, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that was the last nigga who really had an R&B bop.
Yeah.
Like one that, like, I want this played in my wig.
Mm-hmm. Was it him and was it him and her?
Him and her, but he got his, he got his, he
Yeah,
got best
yeah,
part
so
with her,
yeah.
then he got another one. And so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I was a funny looking nigga.
Yeah, when I,
He was a funny looking nigga, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's what we went around and we went wrong in R&B.
It's funny, nigga.
We started worrying. we started worrying too much about aesthetic,
Yeah, true.
not the talent.
Not the talent.
However, with it, obviously the talent sold as a whole aesthetic based on how you sound,
Exactly.
based on how you look, because you look at Joe to see they had some bodies, they had some nice outfits, they could sing.
They had
Okay.
good
What none of y'all checking for the first? The
Yeah,
two
that's-
lead
Casey
singers
and
was
JoJo.
not the
Them
look.
niggas was skinny.
You gotta think.
First of all, I don't know what that came to mind. All I could think about was
Forever my
Not a
lady.
good, that's not a good example because the two niggas that
That's what
y'all
I
wanted to hear.
It's
It's not
been-
niggas
it's
y'all
been-
y'all
hold on now.
posted.
it's
We
been
just talked about
hours since you
Freaknik.
been gone.
We just talked about Freaknik and we talked about what we gonna wear, and all four of them had the combination.
The combination
You had the
you
whole
was talking about.
combination.
That's why you wanted to wear it, nigga, because they was hot. So
Yeah.
and you know how niggas be wanting to dress like rappers now? Back then, that's the same way.
Yeah.
Like niggas was
Okay.
like.
I'm still looking
That's why
at
just
niggas
like
wearing
the nigga
leather in
you
the
think get the
summer.
most
You
pussy.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
Fucking
that's
Doc
it.
Martin
You just
boots.
like- You gonna dress like the nigga you think
on
getting the
some
most
real
pussy
shit,
at the
like-
time.
like you think of like Casey and JoJo, or hell, think about goddamn Curtis Mayfield. You know,
There's a lot
like
of motherfuckers out there that
there's a lot of niggas
quote
who
unquote
fucking look.
wasn't lookers.
They wasn't lookers.
They wasn't lookers.
The hardest niggas in the game was not lookers. You get what I'm saying? And so what happened?
Who?
I mean, but that's the only nigga gonna
Who
be
you
singing
saying?
about love though.
Yeah, Teddy.
But that's, what I'm saying is.
Teddy Pendergrass like that.
We went wrong when we started trying to make. We went left
Rest
when
in
we
peace.
started trying to make our R&B singles sex symbols. Because now you're trying to put an aesthetic or a look in there more than the.
But
person
which
that
is
can generate-
why rap
Yeah.
artists, female rap artists of today's time are as hot as they are. You make them an
Yeah,
aesthetic.
exactly, yeah.
They all have
True,
bodies. They
true.
all
Because Rhapsody will body all of them, but she don't get no play.
But-
right, because she
She ain't
doesn't
got her
have
ass
the,
out and-
But
the
it ain't even
physical
that.
aesthetic,
It's
and I
also-
really hate that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody pee is real good.
But the
I hate
thing
it.
about it is,
If they
Rhapsody's
talk about it, but it is.
Rhapsody's
Right,
fan
exactly.
base isn't the online, the social media culture.
Yeah, it's like Lupe Fiasco.
It's like basically the people that fuck with Lupe or Rhapsody are not the
Currency,
ones that's
yeah,
on
yeah.
Twitter
Right.
making the
Right.
whole
Right.
vibe of the
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Like that's why, even though your music is the talent is there, what drives the brand is the outside noise. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so
Like that guy La Russell
No.
you told me about, like how
the brand around him is what
Yeah.
drives the music.
like if you can ever go to one of his like you probably never go to, but his concept of hey, I'm gonna just throw a show in the backyard of my house and just invite people has created a niche like smaller and
People like
scalable.
exclusivity.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man. Bunch of rappers gonna told y'all what it is. You gotta dumb it down. 50 said
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
50 said it. Mace said
Make
it.
it palatable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
you dumb
that's
it down
real.
and appeal to the masses. Everybody like ass and titties.
That's
You know what I'm
why
saying?
that's why I think of it. Unfortunately, I think people tried to do too much with R&B music. Like they tried to do too much sonically, where you kind of like lost the element of the lyrics.
But it is called
It ain't about love
blues
no
in
more.
its same sense of that.
But-
Blues was talking about like losing relationships or
Yeah, R. Kelly,
the
R. Kelly killed
hardships
it.
of family life
I
or
blame R.
hardships
Kelly,
of this
man.
and stuff like that. Like,
Blame R. Kelly.
And at the
I
same,
blame R. Kelly,
at the
bro.
same
It's his
time,
fault.
No, at
No,
the
it's
same
not.
time.
How?
It's totally R. Kelly's fault, man.
How's it
So
his
you,
fault?
I look at if you want to say how they went from groups to like
Hey, man.
ISO people because
No, man.
Beyonce was on that same trajectory. Like they were just getting.
I
away
think she
from
was just
groups.
always bigger than she was just so much bigger
The
than
only
everybody
I was
else
just talking about this other. The
Now,
only
what
people
point
that
y'all make?
survived
in her group.
The only people that survived like that Beyonce era was like Mary J. But groups, you know what I'm saying?
First
Nigga,
of
Beyonce
all,
was like Jay
survive
Prince if you
the
tried to come to
era?
Houston.
No, that wasn't the point I was making. Like we talk about group. Like what we talking about?
No, you were saying you was stating
How we lost.
you was like how we
R&B.
lost R&B, and you was mentioning Daniel Caesar and aesthetics,
Yeah.
and we talked about how Jodeci was and how they blended, but I guess we kind of spent off to like where it is now and where it's lost. It's because of like they stopped putting money into R&B as much.
But the thing about it though is what I spoke about was an idea, and it might be something different for y'all. But how we got here,
It's R. Kelly,
like
man.
I'm talking about before it started. They stopped because they only stopped putting money into it because it stopped being impactful.
It wasn't as popular.
well, I think that it stopped being impactful because people just lost their way in it. Like it was no longer R&B. It was just very much like trying to keep up with the times of being like pop culture music
Yeah.
or like very much
A
like
rapper on every
song.
hip-hop,
Always say-
like a hip hop
The
spin
energy
and
is like
aesthetic
what
to
was
it.
cool.
And like that's
And-
not what that is.
Yeah.
But
And
if
y'all
you
gonna
look
tell
at
me
like
that wasn't
a
R. Kelly
Jasmine,
fault.
if you look at I'm over you. If you look at Jasmine Sullivan, you can say like she's an R&B artist. If you look at Masego, if you look at a Lucky Day, like those people are trying to carve out the whole R&B aesthetic, but it sounds a little bit differently than like an Erykah Badu or a Jill Scott. But however, like those are our today's times within the 2020 somethings type of R&B.
And that's a good point you made about blues. I think blues is not into R&B no more.
It's storytelling.
The
It's
core
always
of
been a
blues,
storytelling.
like Bobby Womack and the art of storytelling. Like
Oh, yeah,
you're
the new
saying,
artists.
like that's
the new
not
blues
into
artists
the
different.
story. Like you would do a story about a song. I done seen many times why I listen to the song like, ooh, I'm be excited about this video, and the video be totally different from the song.
Nah.
Like it don't align with it. So yeah, the storytelling of the blues part, yeah, I think it's key too.
Man, R&B it's not pop culture anymore. That's the biggest thing.
But that's the thing about it. You're tying to my thing as far as the aesthetic because of what was cool. You got to think back in the 50s and 60s, being in a doo-wop band was lit.
shit.
Yeah.
You
It
know
was
what I'm
killers
saying?
in them bands.
Everybody had they band. Hell, in the 70s, it was the same thing. In the
Afros,
80s,
it was
you
funk,
wanted to be
disco,
like New
yeah.
Edition, so y'all wanted to get that together. I think what happened was what became cool and became cachet as far as like, and I always say, whatever the women like, or the energy the women like, is going to drive the
They buy
culture.
CDs.
R.
When-
Kelly.
So man,
R.
if you mention R.
fucking
Kelly one
Kelly.
more
I'm
damn
just
time,
R.
telling
Kelly
you.
was popular at a certain, in a certain
okay,
point. He was.
just hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, I'm about to say,
Okay.
help us
Figure
understand.
it
Okay,
out.
look, R. Kelly killed the whole being vulnerable in R&B. After R. Kelly, you couldn't beg for pussy. You took pussy. You know what I'm saying? You got hoes. His R&B songs sound like rap songs. Most of the time, he had a rapper on them.
Are you talking about when he started trying to make his
Yeah,
music
yeah.
more
More
hip-hop?
hip-hop. It's more
All
hip-hop,
that
yeah.
shit switched over.
That's a good
and,
point.
I can
and
see
that
that.
shit
I
killed
thought you
all
was being
R&B.
funny, but I can't
no,
see
I'm
what
not.
he
I'm telling y'all
started.
niggas,
'Cause
he
you
did this
remember-
shit.
Early
His
2000s.
music got worse when he started trying to put 808s in there and shit. Because you remember, you know what I'm
Fiesta,
saying? Like,
all that. It turned into a
Fiesta,
party.
Fiesta.
And all them niggas died.
But that was because niggas like Nelly and shit was selling 10 million songs. So he was like, everybody want to party.
That's what was.
And so that's
and
why it
record labels
goes
was-
back to what was the women dancing to.
And the record
because you got to
labels.
At
think.
that time,
No,
Yeah.
what you gonna say?
I don't know. I just feel like the masses of the audiences always aren't the like specific audiences that are gonna go for one artist or another. Like just because I like Drake don't mean that I'm not gonna like Masego or Lucky Day. Like that's just my musical taste.
That's you.
That's
Yeah, but
no. That's not just me because
No,
I got
listen.
a lot of friends that love like
listen.
Drake and
to appeal
Masego
to the masses.
they don't sell the same.
At the
though.
end of the day, numbers don't lie. All we
Yeah.
saying that we're not taking away the fact that you have that variance in your music because most people have it. I'm talking about when it comes to like what the labels look at, because you had to think it was a shift from Def Jam and like you got to think LaFace. When LaFace came out,
That's good. You talking about labels and how
Right.
they was giving money to labels.
was
Everybody
giving
wasn't as
money away,
independent
and they
as
would
they are
support-
now.
they
So
would
back then
support-
you have to go to labels.
Because they understand that like a Tyrese has to go independent because the labels aren't gonna back him in his
Because they want him to
R&B
sound
excellence
like
because
what
they want him
everything
to-
is sounding now.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and I get that, and he does sound very sad on the radio. Let me just say that he does.
Yeah.
He does. But what was his Black Rose album? It was pretty good. Like that was a pretty good album. But like I just hate when like sometimes we can't take musical direction maybe from a label to be like, okay, this is what your fans are actually looking forward to, and you can like, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Really, with them, it's not even what their fans looking for. It's what's gonna make money
It's
for them.
literally about the
Exactly.
numbers. They look at
It's what's gonna make money for
No,
them.
Alicia, we're not gonna overthink this. We're not gonna overthink this. Most
'Cause I-
big record labels, they are headed by people who don't really. They don't have a give. They don't give a goddamn.
They looking at the dollar.
We're looking at
How much money they can make.
We're looking at
So-
the demographic that made us money.
I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna give you a prime example on why I keep saying Beyonce. So Columbia, So Def was signed to Columbia Records.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce was signed to Columbia Records. Before Beyonce, So Def had an untapped pocket. They had Jagged Edge, they had Escape,
Yeah.
they had Criss Cross, they was bringing in Bow Wow.
The Brad Autumn.
Beyonce came around 90. I know,
99.
98.
whenever
It's
Case,
like,
they even
yeah,
had
it's like
Case.
98.
They even had Case on there because that's how she got on that Case track, Happily Ever After. So they all, like
She's on the
Columbia had
video.
all these groups.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce blew, and they was like, hey, we got to scale. No more money than So Def. So immediately what So Def did was they made sure that Escape had 3 albums. I think Jagged Edge had 3 albums. Criss Cross was already fading. All their money went to Bow Wow.
Yeah,
One
if
artist.
you listening to the SWV and Escape,
Yeah, exactly.
You remember what you know why they fighting over the fact of who went solo? Because both of y'all couldn't have it. We was only gonna put money behind one of y'all.
Exactly.
That would have never happened for a multi-platinum. Because you trying to put all of them out. You remember back in the day, if a group was big, everybody in the group that could sing got their own album. But then you start seeing the turn when rap and
And
more
where I'm going-
up-tempo R&B started being what the driving force.
Exactly.
Then you had to pick and choose who was going to actually
Some
break
people got smart. For example, Candy and Tiny, they was writers. So
Right.
what they did was, how you think they didn't
Pop
know about
music.
writing for Beyonce if Jermaine Dupri wasn't there? To me, about that's the whole thing of what dampened their relationship, because they knew that one person had a tighter relationship with someone that had the keys to the door,
Right.
and it gave them generational wealth.
But that shows you that always talent is not. It's like what is bankable at this point in time.
Yeah.
You
And
gotta-
and that's kind of not even my thing about like having to pick an artist, so to speak, because like we know who possesses the most talent. Like that's inevitable sometimes. You know, like it was a Kelly Rowland, Beyonce. Period. You can put them two out, and we look where their careers are today. However, what I'm saying is to like not deviate from the genre of the music. Period. Like just remain in your culture in order to get that fan base, in order to bring those that are like in the TikTok era to know what real R&B music is really about, because you remaining true to that. Like Beyonce to me sometimes is a sellout in a sense because it's this is a very much a opposed type of album, and that's okay. But like take me back to If I Ever Die Young, Live My Life. I
totally
want
agree
that
with
one,
what
a
you're saying.
1+1 album.
Alicia,
you know, whatever.
you
but
I totally agree with what you're
you are so valid in what you
Yeah.
you are so valid.
Shit, I wish people.
I
stay
think
true to
that's
their
what,
shit
but
too,
that's
trust
another
me.
thing
I
that
really
has
do.
to be difficult as artists, because when we have our favorite artists, we all remember a certain element of them or point in time that was most impactful to us.
Mhm.
You know how people be like, the old Drake, I want to hear the old Drake. You
Bring
know
the
what
old
I'm saying?
Kanye
Like,
back.
It's like you cannot. I feel like that's the part that it scares a lot of people about artists. Is like Bryson Tiller is a perfect example of when he came out with his album. he'll never be able to replicate that energy ever again because it was almost like a rawness to it, or it's almost like an unfound, untapped element to it. That's why the ones that are able to have us consistently listening to them are great. Because like Beyonce,
it's a hunger thing, bro.
it was polarizing. Her last album was polarizing for a lot of her biggest fans because it wasn't the Beyonce or it wasn't the irreplaceable. You know what I'm saying? It's like it didn't make us feel that same way. Hell, Drake, the last album he came out with before the one with 21 Savage, a lot of people was feeling that same way. So you were very valid in your ideas, and that's what makes it so hard to continue the run.
But and that's another thing too, and feeling like, oh well, these youngsters, whoever the youngsters are, don't really know real music. They don't know real R&B or whatever that looks like. But it's like, where is the bookmarker? Where is the actual marker to be able to defend what that actually looks like if those of the R&B culture are continuously changing their sound?
Yep.
Like, how am I supposed to know that?
It's just like gospel music. R&B and gospel music are the same thing where it feels as though people tried to overthink this shit and they forgot the lifeline of what the whole aspect of
gospel music now has been more,
it's funny because I told you I watched Praise This.
This was good.
It was good.
It was a good movie. But that was actually a prototypical
It was the gospel pitch perfect.
Do.
It was the gospel pitch perfect.
Yes, it was really good. And believe it or not, the sister cousin to me made the movie, and Drewski and the cousin sister made the movie for me.
Yeah,
but it was good.
It went right back to what we was talking about it because it was like, cause I saw it on Twitter when somebody said it was like, damn, I missed the time. I missed the gospel music with mass choirs and French rolls, and it was like
choir ropes.
And choir ropes. It's like that's the same thing what you were saying about. It's like when somebody tries to catch up to what's hot, that's the worst thing you can do. Whether it be in clothing, whether it be in music, in branding, because it's like, oh, you put some 808, some beat in your stuff. Yeah. Oh, I need to capture that sound. And it was like, no, don't chase that sound.
Hell no.
Because soon as somebody like Daniel Caesar came with them ballads, it was like, oh, shit.
Kill the game.
Now we can go back to the ballads.
Shit, we love this shit. Because you got to think, it broke through because it was different.
But
that's why I love Kim so much. Because Kim,
Moonchild,
but if you're gonna do that
with a black audience,
if you're gonna do that and recapture somebody's attention like that, you gotta have like a real element of talent that a lot of people in the game don't have. So
because they went to aesthetic. Y'all wanted the nigga with the high cheekbones or the chick that looked flawless. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I need the one. You got to think of it like this. If I pay as much attention, because think of all the R&B scenes they tried to come up with, Cassie. Think of all of them that like the Cassie. It was like they tried to replicate Cassie like 17 times in around 2005 to 2012. You get what I'm saying? And like Anne-Marie was the one that was like a pretty face, but she was dope as hell.
Well, she could dance and shit. But she couldn't really sing.
But no, she had hits though.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's like they couldn't even give these chicks hits because they just tried to like give a couple dance steps with a pretty face and thought that we was gonna fuck with it. It was like, no, we gotta actually rock with the music.
And that's where true talent lives.
That's why I think Ashanti was so successful. Because to me, in my opinion, and this ain't no diss, this is just my opinion, she cannot sing.
If you put Ashanti on any other record label at that time, she probably wouldn't have had
that. And let's grant it, when you come to women, they budget is high. That's what groups and women budgets are real high. And then from men being a solo artist, you got to look at the platform of what men R&B has done. Like before R. Kelly, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Curtis Mayfield, Luther. You know what I'm saying? They out here, so they never, as an individual male artist, you never got the bag as an R&B into R. Kelly, then Chris Brown. Chris Brown fumbled it. You know what I'm saying? Then they pivoted to like Drake. Drake is a brand now. That's why he breaks. Beyonce is a brand now. That's why he, from this segment, that segment. Kanye too crazy to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Think how many R&B singers are selling out arenas right now. There's no new one.
It ain't no new ones.
So that's why. Yeah. So why is that?
It's not. But all I'm saying is, it's kind of crazy that Lil Baby, The Baby, YG, and all them, they all sound the same to me. I'm sorry.
But unfortunately,
hip-hop sound the same.
What is the element?
I'm sorry. Like if I hear them in my cycle class, they all appeal to white people, and they all sound the same. Like to me, like and
Dumb it down.
But that's why.
Dumb it down.
That's why
they
Live
all
Nation is
do.
putting the bag behind them because
Yeah,
unfortunately,
exactly.
them the ones selling out the
They're selling,
arenas.
yeah.
And so it's so unfortunately, if you are a 16-year-old kid or
I mean, shout out to my cycle class, but I'm just saying.
I mean, but you got to think about it like this way too. Like NWA, put in NWA, they was huge. Who would have thought somebody like MC Hammer could come behind that and just blow like, and that's two totally different.
Right.
But that shows you how much room was in hip hop at that time, and that's why the shift
Yeah.
happened because it's something. It was so new. It's like the real estate game in a place that's untapped. You get what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
like everybody. It's enough money to go around here.
I'm gonna go
But
buy a
at
house
some
in
point,
Montana.
at some point, it's gonna get saturated, and the property value is gonna stabilize. You
Yep.
get what I'm saying? And so what happens is you will see all of these people that would try to rush to a sound and get on like. When NWA came out, everybody was trying to find that next West Coast sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or when Jodeci came out, then that's when everybody started trying to replicate that
Kind of
round the
street
way,
type of
street type of vibe.
R&B. Yeah,
Jagged
rough.
Edge came out, and you tried like I think what happens is you cannot replicate something that's just supposed to happen. Like Mary J. Blige,
Sure.
if you put Mary J. Blige on another chick, we didn't see something like Mary J. Blige until we saw Keisha Cole. Where it was something that was
That's
like a
good
little
point.
rough around the
Yeah,
edges.
yeah. Naturally
It was
rough.
raw, and it's like-
you can tell it wasn't no act.
She wasn't the greatest vocally, but you felt the emotion, like she really talking about this shit in real life.
You can really
like,
tell that was pain.
because if you tried to put Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige's music on like A. Marie or a Cassie,
Yeah.
it wouldn't feel the same coming from them.
Nah.
Because it feels too.
You can't see Anne-Marie with a
feels too
backwards hat and
corporate.
Timberland.
You know what I'm saying? It feels like y'all trying to make me and I feel like a lot of
Dancing
R&B
like this.
singers, they're coming out trying to like be the next Chris Brown or be the next. You like
Ain't nobody
what?
trying to be Chris Brown.
No, what I'm saying is like you know, I think all the niggas that tried to dance and sing at the same time.
Yeah.
Somebody
You know
on
what
their
I'm
way though.
Flipping, you know what I'm saying? Like flipping, dancing, singing. Oh, when a nigga wanna roll.
Hey man,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I-
I'm like, bro, I feel like that's every nigga move.
One more time.
Hey, because you remember, like, think of it like this. You remember on one of the
Who doing what
they used to
time?
always have like some random ass
Man,
like
really?
up and coming artists perform, and they all come and they'll have two dances and they'll be like this.
That was great.
really Chris Brown almost like a dinosaur at this point because he the
He
only
is.
one that's
The only
really
one, yeah.
still doing that.
Still doing
Because
it.
that is like, but I remember it was 17, 12-year-olds that they was trying to make the next Bow Wow. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like, and that's where Lil Romeo came out. And like, I feel like,
Everything was
I feel like
good.
Master P looked at Lil- I feel like
Oh,
Master P looked at Romeo one
Romeo,
day. He was
give
like,
me
Lil
a
Zane,
chance.
Lil.
we gonna grow you some braids, and I'm gonna
Hey,
have.
but that's how
Sample
easy it
every
was
song.
though. That's what he did though. He just basically he dumbed down everything that he saw what was going on in the game and blew up off that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So all that to say, y'all niggas stop. Y'all lost great music when y'all start worried about how nigga teeth looked. You know what I'm saying?
Like, man.
Is what it say? Say
Aesthetics.
video killed the radio
Aesthetics.
star, bro. That's exactly
It
what
really
it is.
did,
It
bro.
really did. It really did.
did.
It really
Cause y'all
did.
didn't even know old boy was the white dude.
Bobby
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 Caldwell,
Caldwell.
nobody
I didn't know he was
know
black.
what you
when that
gonna
shit dropped
do.
until he went on tour.
Nigga, I was in my 30s
So
when
you
I
fell
found
in
out
love
he
with
was
the
white.
song before you fell in love with the nigga.
The
You get what
Doobie
I'm
Brothers.
saying?
I thought Michael McDonald. But when I was growing up, listening to the Doobie
Michael
Brothers.
McDonald's go hard, man.
Bro,
He
Dude,
go hard
I
as
love the
shit.
Doobie Brothers, but I thought he was black
That's
growing
the
up.
worst thing that happened was the video.
We going
the
out on the
music
Doobie
video.
Brothers.
Hey, the Doobie Brothers. Minute by minute.
The music
We gotta get
video.
out of here though.
Yeah.
The music
Yeah, that's
video fucked it up, man. Before we get out of here, at least you got to put us on. You know, you got something that you want to announce.
Yes,
And then, you know, let everybody know where they need to pull up to or park into. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give you the floor. See if you got to pull us up.
And don't let me come in there and see a dude in your ear. What you do?
I be like, nah, baby, I'm
She'll have
working
a-
right now, honey.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I
nigga
got
out
a
here
whole
talking
booth to run. Okay,
Where you want to be in 2026?
pregnant
Oh.
with my husband.
Hey, all y'all, that's why all y'all been using that meme for Angel Reese. Shout out to her. At
Shout out to
LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout out
every
to
30-year-old
LSU.
woman
I'm
is
so
what she
sick of
did.
that meme being sent to me in my DMs. Cause chill out, okay? Boy, I know whether I'm messed up about you or not. Boy, bye. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
some of your
think
exes sent it to
I think
you.
some dudes feel
Just
like y'all desperate for
some men,
rings, man.
you know, like just feeling pressured or whatever. Like, you 43, you should. Hell, like get out go away. Okay.
Shoot fly.
Go away. Shoot
But,
fly nobody.
yeah, shout out to them ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let us
you
know
know.
where we
But
need
yeah,
to
well,
pull
let us
up.
know when we
That
need to
lady
pull
was
up.
trying to get what she knew she was deserving of. and as so many of us are out here.
Ring me,
Okay.
ring me.
Period.
But now let us know what we're pulling up to.
Yeah, but no, we got a new event that's coming to Frisco April 30th. This is actually a free plug, so y'all go ahead and tag them and let them know that I'm fooling with them. Okay, so this is Black on the Block. It'll be here in Frisco at the Star on Sunday, April 30th. They are still accepting vendor applications, so this is a shameless plug to myself. Black on the Block. I have applied the Crown Boutique, Elevated Occasion Women's Boutique. But I think it'll be a great experience. You got DJ She Real here that's gonna DJ at 7. You got DJ Rudy Red that's gonna DJ at 5, and DJ Kenny Lofton that's gonna DJ at 3 p.m. So beyond vendors or whatever that looks like, Black people need to show up and come out to this event and support this Black movement that goes tour to tour
Let's
from
make
city
Frisco
to city.
real dark.
Yes, yes. Y'all
Police
know
will be
why
out.
it was
That's what I'm saying. Don't make it too
So
chosen.
don't come with the bullshit.
Okay.
Police will be on your
Enough
ass.
of y'all live in Plano and Frisco, so come out and enjoy. But I think it'll be a very awesome event that gets national exposure. What they've been to, they have been to Los Angeles. They're going back to Los Angeles. They came to Frisco this year, so they really fool with Dallas.
That's what's up.
They didn't
Must
go
be
to
some money
Houston.
getting made. Hey, you
Jerry
know,
Jones got his
they
hand in
fool
that.
They fool with us here, and then they're gonna go back to LA for the Juneteenth festival. So they are
Oh,
really
that's dope.
about Black culture. So
That's
everybody
dope.
show up and show out. Like, let's
And it
go to
starts
this
at
event.
3? Oh, that's the first DJ slot.
It's actually from 1 to 7.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if, before
From
y'all
1 to
pull
7.
up, if y'all haven't got y'all warrants and y'all paperwork together, y'all tags together, get that shit together before you go north.
Yeah, man. It's called priorities. It's priority straight place.
My tag's still out because I didn't pass. I just ain't got a chance to make it to get my damn sticker.
Because you're going to be up there all day.
Okay.
You got to take a
So
whole day
come
off.
out
of
here
this.
and act like
Stay
you
your
got
ass
some
on them
sense.
toes.
Yeah.
If
Go
you
and pay
need-
that toll and stay your ass there.
Right
Oh
there.
man, it was good having all.
There are a
y'all
couple
back.
of hotels around in the area, so if you know you need to go ahead and stay, go ahead
I'm
and
right
do
over in
that.
that
But
area, so.
let's make them know that they should come back to Dallas next year, and we will support them.
What's
Support it.
Absolutely.
You know, we appreciate that. At least we appreciate you pulling
Yeah.
up as always.
Yeah.
For sure.
You
It's
been,
good
Little
to have
sister.
all of us in here.
you
You
been
know, at
booked
one
and
point,
busy.
you know, we appreciate
I've been
y'all
kinda booked.
continuously vibing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be out of here. I don't know what we going out on, but this your boy Antoine the Source.
D-boy fresh the charming asshole.
Man, it's
The-
knowledge, man.
My bad. The AD.
Yeah, it's your boy Flam, yeah, we out.
What is this?
Peace.
This Bobby Conway.
Pretty dope.
Down around the corner.